Facebook family, we're back. Now, I wanted to share a little story with you and speak about the power of presence and how this can open up your relationships and naturally, by virtue of doing so, increase your business. Presence is a very powerful thing. Now, to start with, I want to open with a very quick story. This was I would say, one of the first experiences I had that really gripped me and made me aware of the power of presence. Now, it was at the end of it was away over in Ireland. I am from Scotland, by the way, but I was in Ireland. It was a men's retreat, and there was about 30 or 40 men on the retreat and the same number of volunteers. So in total, about 70 or 80 men. An amazing experience. Now, it started in a dark room. The arc, the journey we went on was from darkness and isolation and intimidation into the light, reclaiming our power, reclaiming our tribe. And we finished from dark to light. We finished with this big feast. We'd hardly even eaten for these few days, and we finished with this big feast. Near the end of the feast, certain people were coming on and they were speaking. And there was one man there. His name was Brian from Ireland. He came on and he'd been one of the volunteers, one of the helpers, mostly in the kitchen doing the food and things like this. And the presence he brought in, it started, I could just hear his words. And he was talking about his vision, talking about what he wants for us, to bring back what we've learned to our families, to our friends, to our community. He wanted to see a better world. But he wasn't just saying it like the politicians say it. He was saying it from his entire being. And not only was he saying it from his entire being, he was saying it from the pulse of the living moment. The pulse of the living moment. This felt like a being. This felt like nature, the deep call of man to rise up. This was huge. This felt the most alive I've ever felt listening to someone speak. I was absolutely gripped. The presence this man was emanating, the power of his words, the resonance of his voice, all of it was just, and I was getting chills up and down my back just watching this. Just, whoa. This is more than just a presentation. This is a transmission. This is from being to being. This is nature speaking here. And it really made me aware of something that I couldn't quite give words to. I couldn't quite place. But the power of presence nonetheless. Now, years after this, 4 years since then, I've been cultivating that presence, that thing. I've been, what is that? It's just a little beyond words. Words can't quite reduce it down, can't quite capture it. Presence. And living within the pulse of the moment. You see, so many people are living from regurgitated scripts and regurgitated ideas. They're not living from the truth of the living moment, which has a pulse. The pulse changes at times. The pulse changes at times. But the power of presence, it's a very interesting thing. Now, the Zen masters have a saying, riding the donkey backwards. So for those that reach enlightenment, even the word enlighten, in the light, we're moving into the light, out of ignorance, out of darkness, into the light. Riding the donkey backwards, what does this mean? Well, the way I see it is that when the mind has completely surrendered, when the mind has no more, when there's no more thinker or doer anymore, there is simply life flowing, happening. And riding the donkey backwards is a wonderful expression. Imagine the faith and the trust required to get on a donkey and ride it backwards. You don't know where it's going. You don't know what's going to come next. You don't know what's going to happen. What will be the consequences? But to ride the donkey backwards is to die to the expectation and the need and the attachment to the outcome, and surrender now, to die the death now. Surrender to the living moment and speak from this place. Speak from this place. You don't necessarily know. I don't necessarily know what's going to come out of my mouth next, but it's happening. You don't necessarily know why you're still watching this video right now, but it's happening. Something is compelling you. Something is drawing you in. And I would say it's the nature that's within all of us happening right now. Now, to surrender and die to all our fears and our insecurities and our judgments of self and others, which keep us separated, which keep us in dissonance, we drop into a deeper space. And it's this deeper space where life begins to work its medicine. Life begins to work its medicine. This is a deep, sacred, real life space. This isn't the teacher talking in the classroom and the regurgitated theories and ideas. This is, boom, real life space. And to show up from this place is a very compelling thing. The power of presence. The power of presence. To be seen and to see. And a very simple exercise to begin tapping into this. Now, it's a cultivation of presence we're looking for. A very easy way to do this is to first train our focus, train our ability to focus on a singular point. And this is the element of contraction. Singular point of focus, unwavering, locked in. It's the only point that matters. So as you find a fixated point, it could be my eye or it could be something around the room, lock into it, make the commitment now, boom, and die to everything else. Boom. This point is the only thing that matters. Oh, the mind comes out, this is boring, I don't get this, doesn't make sense, how am I doing it properly? Die to it, clear it all out, let it go. There's nothing you need to do to change it. You don't need to wish it away. You need to die to it and let go. Stop reacting to it. Stop engaging with it. Let go. Drop the ball. Drop the ball. If you consider that as it's like psychological ping pong. Ding, 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 ding. Or pinball even. You just need to let it go. And the momentum will fade. But you make the commitment now to focus on a singular point of focus. And in that commitment, you're dying to all distraction. This is the only thing that matters right now. In this point, this space of presence, bringing your peripheral vision into awakeness, into aliveness. You're maintaining the fixed commitment to that single point of focus, but you're softening and opening the awareness to the peripheral edges of your vision until you can get a sense of the room and the space around you. Feel that. Feel that. We want to engage the senses now, noticing what you hear from this space, noticing what you feel. What do you feel? The feeling of the floor beneath your feet, the feeling of the seat beneath you, your thighs, your buttocks. And this space is where the medicine is. This is where change happens. Change doesn't happen yesterday, and it won't happen tomorrow. It happens right now. All change happens right now. There is only now. Moment to moment to moment to moment. Expansion, contraction. Expansion, contraction. This is the pulse of life. And when we stop judging the contractions, when we stop clinging to the expansions. Boom, 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 boom. We allow ourselves to flow freely, my friend, and this is where we want to be. This is how we show up powerfully. Your children will feel it. Your children only need 5 to 10 minutes of this a day to feel nourished, to feel satisfied, to feel like daddy or mummy has seen me, has felt me today. Daddy and mummy aren't dismissing me on the phones. For your significant other, if you have a girlfriend, a wife, a woman in your life, this level of presence will completely melt her. She will feel safe. She will feel seen. It's the greatest wish of every woman to feel seen, to feel recognized, to feel held in the space of a masculine presence. Like son and daughter, phonetically, sun meaning sun, the solar energy, the penetrating light, the consciousness of being here. And there's no accident that all the pictures of Jesus and the other holy saints and even Buddha, they all have this halo-like golden ring around them. This is the awakeness of the consciousness, the illumination, the enlightened mind, liberating the consciousness from the trappings and the separation and the judgments of the mind. Boom. And in we come, alive and present. This is where you want to build your business from. This, in fact, is where you want to live your life from as much as possible. So I hope you've enjoyed this. It's been a pleasure to share this with you. It truly is a pleasure to share this with you. It's really the only thing I care about in life. So that's that fulfilled. Now, a real pleasure. We will catch up again soon. Farewell.